Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at noon.
We begin with breaking news, as Governor Doug Burgum is currently giving his weekly press briefing on the status on COVID-19 in North Dakota. Let's listen in to Governor Burgum's weekly press briefing.
Parallel with the vaccine, in parallel with the mitigation, in parallel with the therapeutics, these tools are going to, on this three-pronged attack, are going to really help us take this thing to the finish line. And as I said at the beginning, our third tool in the tool chest that we've got more capabilities is therapeutics. And you've heard some of these names talked about, whether it's remdesivir, convalescent plasma, or monoclonal antibodies. These treatments are showing incredible promise in keeping COVID positive individuals not only alive, but keep them out of the hospital, which is a key thing that we're trying to do. As a state, we'd like to see increased usage and administration of these treatments. We're going to continue to advocate with the federal government in terms of reimbursement. In the call we had with the White House on Monday and Seema Verma, this concept of being able to reimburse hospitals for delivering services outside the hospital.
Now you can also check out the full press conference on your VNL News app as well, so make sure to download that to watch it. Well, this afternoon around 1:15, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz will announce plans to keep indoor dining at bars and restaurants on pause because of the COVID pandemic. A spokesman says the closures will likely be extended through the holiday season. On Wednesday, Governor Walz will sign a bipartisan relief package for $216 million into law. The monies will be used to extend unemployment benefits to 13 weeks. $88 million will be paid directly to bars, restaurants, and gyms. Now, regardless of the governor's decision, multiple bars and restaurants are taking to the chance to reopen anyway. The group calls themselves Reopen Minnesota, and they are continuing to grow. Now, Reopen Minnesota released a list with how many businesses expect to defy the governor's orders and reopen anyway. In the last count, there are over 120 businesses listed across the state. Legend Sports Bar and Grill and Sunset Lanes are the two listed in Clay County. About a third of the overall list is blank. This means they plan to remain anonymous, but still reopen their doors anyway. Reopen Minnesota says once businesses find the courage to join them, they see the list growing. Now, there's mostly bars and restaurants on the list, but now the group is expanding into fitness centers, hotels, water parks, and bowling alleys. Well, it looks like we are getting more tolerable temperatures with spotty snow chances. Even the Skycam picture has some spotty weather on it. Let's check in with meteorologist Lisa Green.
Yes, this Skycam view is live from Devil's Lake on our First Alert Skycam network at the home of Economy. You can see the snow coming down as vehicles are going by on Highway 2, and it's been accumulating on some of those colder, less traveled surfaces there. Not a lot, just a light coating here, but it could have some impacts on your travel here today with that little bit of snow and that little coating on the roadways, and your visibility may be down at times too. So that's in Devil's Lake. We've been watching this line, this broken line of snow showers moving through eastern North Dakota, trying to press into Minnesota now too as we head into the afternoon, and may soon be approaching places like Fargo-Moorhead within the next hour or so. You can see it's kind of right on the doorstep of western Cass County, affecting places like Valley City, and down a little further, even seeing some of those returns showing up here. So this is going to be an ongoing thing as we head into the afternoon. We'll start quieting down out west and start ramping up our light snow chances in the east as we continue on. Temperatures are much more comfortable out there. Of course, you still want to dress for winter weather. We're into the 20s right now, but this is a big improvement on yesterday and especially on Monday's weather. We'll let you know how warm we'll get today, and we'll track out that snow for you too coming up here in just a couple of minutes.
We'll stay tuned with you, so if people are leaving now, they'll know what to wear when they leave the house. Thanks again, Lisa. Well, a man is dead after attempting to elude police before crashing along the interstate between I-29 and I-94 in South Fargo. The Highway Patrol tells Valley News Live it started out last night when they tried to pull over a 47-year-old man wanted for first-degree sexual assault. Authorities say just seconds after they put on their lights, the driver took off, swerving to the right and then smashing into a pillar for the I-94 overpass. No one else was in the vehicle and no other vehicles were involved. The name of the driver is expected to be released at a later time. The Bemidji Police Department is asking for the public's help in locating a 14-year-old missing girl. Authorities say Kikawankasi Needham was last seen in the 500 block of Justice Road Northwest on Tuesday around 8:30 at night. Though through their investigation, it appears she had left the area voluntarily and does not appear to be suspicious. She is 5 feet 8 inches tall, 150 pounds, with brown eyes and shoulder-length brown hair. She's believed to be wearing jeans and a hooded sweatshirt with the color unknown. She has no identifying characteristics other than she wears clear framed glasses. She may be in the Nymore or Red Lake area. Anyone with information is asked to call the Bemidji Police Department at 218-333-9111. The Hubbard County Sheriff's Office needs the public's help locating this missing Chevrolet Avalanche, which you'll be able to see on your web channel, so make sure you go over there to see what we're talking about. The vehicle was involved in a theft and burglary in a White Oak Township on Frostbite Road. The incident took place in the early morning hours on Monday. The vehicle has a broken tail light from the incident. If you have any information on the location of the vehicle, any possible suspects as well, you're asked to call 218-732-3331 and reference case 200-13281. Again, the vehicle's pictures on our web channel. Well, a man who was sentenced to life in prison as a teenager is a free man after nearly 2 decades in a Minnesota prison. Mayon Burrell walked out of the Stillwater facility last night. His case made headlines earlier this year after the Associated Press and American public media uncovered new evidence and serious flaws in the police investigation into the 2002 killing of an 11-year-old girl who was hit by a stray bullet while doing homework at her dining room table. His age at the time of the killing raised questions about the integrity of the criminal justice system. The State Board of Pardons yesterday approved the commutation of his life sentence and ordered Burrell to serve the rest of his time on immediate supervised release. More hospitals around the country are delivering Pfizer's COVID-19 shots to their frontline workers as cases of the virus rise across the country. A panel of experts is expected to vote to recommend a vaccine developed by Moderna tomorrow, with the FDA's green light expected soon after. David Begnaud reports from Sacramento, California.
An emergency room doctor here at UC Davis Medical Center in Sacramento recorded this video of the emergency room on his iPhone, and he shared it with us to show what was described as a tremendous surge of coronavirus patients.
The pandemic has never been worse here.
Dr. Nate Cooperman runs the ER here, and yesterday,
I've never been so excited to get an immunization in my life.
he was one of the first 300 frontline workers to receive that Pfizer vaccine.
With this immunization, I now know that I will not die from this disease.
CBS News had exclusive access when 4,875 doses arrived in one box Tuesday morning, 3 hours ahead of schedule, thanks to the FedEx delivery man who said he was just
doing my part.
And because of that, the wheels were in motion.
As soon as they came off the truck, first stop is the pharmacy to start opening the box.
Pharmacy supply chain manager Erin St. Angelo took the lead.
This moment is about to happen.
Once the box was open, she immediately placed the vials into this ultra cold freezer.
As Erin's putting it in, it's negative 79 degrees Celsius in the freezer.
Mission accomplished.
The next step, take out 100 vials, label them, and give them 30 minutes to thaw out. And then it was time to transport them to the vaccine room using a mobile refrigerator. As they moved through the hospital, one man was pumping his fist in the air.
Finally, we're able to give them more or less absolute prevention given the efficacy of this vaccine.
Once those first 100 vials, which had 500 doses inside, arrived in the vaccination room, they were allowed to continue thawing out while the call went out to Eva Teniola. She was the nurse who would be the first UC Davis Health employee to get the vaccine.
I am so super ready.
As her husband drove her the 18 minutes to the hospital, the vaccine had thawed. It was then mixed with saline solution and given to Teniola right after she arrived.
Yes, this thought.
That signaled the first of thousands more to come.
Officials say Pfizer's vaccine is being given now. Moderna is up next. They could give approval as early as Friday, and Moderna's vaccine could be given to frontline workers as soon as next week. Well, coming up at noon, experts are warning shoppers about what to look for involving holiday scams, and how will the weather feel during your lunch hour and throughout the week. Weather up next with meteorologist Lisa Green.